Remember the smells, the flavours and the fun of growing up in 1970s Australia? From school lunchboxes to backyard BBQs, from birthday parties to pub nights, these iconic Aussie foods defined a generation. Join us on a delicious journey as we rediscover 15 classic dishes that will take you straight back to childhood. Flavours you loved, moments you cherished, and memories you'll never forget. No Aussie party or backyard BBQ was complete without sausage rolls. Picture golden, flaky pastry hugging a savoury, juicy minced meat filling, sometimes spiced with onion, herbs, or a hint of pepper. In the 70s, sausage rolls were everywhere. Bakeries, school canteens, football matches, and family gatherings all served them proudly. Kids loved them cold in lunchboxes. Adults savoured them fresh from the oven, often accompanied by tomato sauce. They were approachable, comforting, and utterly addictive. One bite delivered a perfect contrast of crisp pastry and rich, meaty filling, capturing the essence of casual Australian dining. Sausage rolls weren't just food. They were a tradition, a shared snack, and a memory maker. A party wasn't a party without fairy bread, the quintessential Australian childhood treat. Soft white sandwich bread, generously slathered with butter, was crowned with rainbow sprinkles, or hundreds and thousands, creating a tiny edible celebration on each slice. Served in cheerful triangles on paper plates, fairy bread looked magical and felt magical too. Kids' eyes would widen as they grabbed their slice, mesmerised by the shimmering colours sparkling under the light. Sweet, simple and impossibly cheerful, it was the highlight of birthdays, kindergarten celebrations and community parties. Though humble in ingredients, its charm was unmatched. Each slice brought joy, laughter and nostalgia. Fairy bread captured the playful spirit of the 70s, a reminder that sometimes the simplest treats make the biggest memories. The Aussie meat pie is a culinary icon, beloved in the 1970s for its comforting, hearty appeal. Flaky golden pastry encased tender minced beef, rich gravy, and occasionally vegetables, creating a warm, satisfying bite every time. Meat pies were found everywhere: footy games, local bakeries, lunch counters, and family dinners. Always a convenient and delicious choice. Biting into one released a burst of savoury flavour, filling your mouth with the perfect balance of pastry crispness and juicy filling. Chains like 4N20 became household names, while homemade pies offered the same hearty charm at the family table. Served with tomato sauce or enjoyed straight from the warmer, the meat pie was simple, familiar, and utterly iconic, representing comfort and casual Australian dining. Few flavours are as uniquely Australian as Vegemite on toast, a staple breakfast in the 1970s. Thick or thin, spread on buttered bread, its salty, umami-rich taste awakened sleepy mornings and fueled school days. Some loved it immediately, others needed time to acquire the taste, but its presence in households across the country was undeniable. The simple combination of crunchy toast, creamy butter, and the distinct tang of Vegemite created a ritual, a comfort and a flavour memory that lingered for decades. To this day, the first bite transports Australians back to childhood kitchens, school mornings and weekend breakfasts. Vegemite on toast wasn't just food. It was a rite of passage, a taste of home, and a distinctly Aussie experience. The Chiko roll was the ultimate Aussie convenience food of the late 1970s. Inspired by Chinese spring rolls but larger and heartier, these deep-fried delights were filled with beef, cabbage, barley and spices, all wrapped in thick golden pastry. Perfect for eating on the go, they were staples at pubs, football matches and after-school hangouts. Crispy on the outside and warm, savoury on the inside, the Chiko roll delivered flavour and satisfaction in every bite. Served with tomato sauce or simply straight from the paper wrapper, It embodied casual, fun dining. Generations of Australians remember clutching one while exploring the streets, enjoying late-night snacks or simple pub meals. It was indulgent, iconic and unforgettable, a true taste of 1970s Australia. No Australian celebration was complete without Lamingtons, the spongy, chocolate-coated treats rolled in desiccated coconut. In the 1970s, these squares of bliss were a fixture at school fetes, afternoon teas and bake sales. Bite through the delicate chocolate shell and you reach the soft, airy sponge within, sometimes with a luscious layer of jam in the centre. They were sweet but not overwhelming, simple yet indulgent, and perfectly portable for picnics or lunchboxes. Lamingtons were more than dessert. They were a symbol of shared nostalgia, childhood creativity and home baking traditions. Their combination of textures, soft sponge, crunchy coconut and smooth chocolate, made every bite memorable. In the 1970s, corned beef and mash was a quintessential comfort dinner, appearing in many Aussie households. Tender slices of canned corned beef, lightly fried or warmed, paired perfectly with creamy mashed potatoes. The dish was simple, affordable and filling, making it a go-to meal for busy families. Often served with onion gravy or a side of peas, the salty richness of the beef complemented the buttery smoothness of the mash. It was hearty, satisfying and practical, embodying the no-nonsense approach to home cooking. Kids and adults alike found joy in the combination of flavours and textures, while mothers appreciated the ease and reliability. Corned beef and mash was nostalgia on a plate, warm, homey and unmistakably 70s. A staple of Aussie takeaway culture, dim sims were the ultimate quick snack in the 1970s. Larger than their Chinese counterparts, these steamed or deep-fried dumplings were filled with minced meat, cabbage and a mix of spices. Found at fish and chip shops, pubs and sporting events, dim sims were a convenient and tasty handheld treat. Their golden, slightly crispy exterior and juicy, savoury interior made them addictive. For school kids and young adults, they were perfect on-the-go food, easy to eat and full of flavour. Dim sims became synonymous with casual Australian dining and late-night snacks. Their enduring popularity reflects how a simple, satisfying bite could become a cultural icon. By the mid-1970s, chicken parmigiana, or parma, had become a pub classic in Australia. A breaded chicken breast, fried to golden perfection, smothered in tomato sauce and topped with melted cheese, it was often served with chips and salad. This dish combined hearty flavours and textures, crispy chicken, tangy tomato sauce, and gooey cheese, creating a comforting yet indulgent meal. Chicken parmigiana became a symbol of casual pub dining, perfect for families, students, and late-night crowds alike. The aroma of freshly cooked parmas filled pubs across the country, drawing patrons from near and far. Its popularity endures because it is satisfying, simple, and unmistakably Australian. A true 70s comfort food classic. Few things evoke Australian community spirit like a sausage sizzle. In the 1970s, these events were common at school fundraisers, sports clubs, and local markets. Juicy sausages sizzled on a barbecue, served in soft white bread with a generous smear of tomato or barbecue sauce. Sometimes onions were added for extra flavour. The combination was simple but irresistible. Smoky, savoury meat wrapped in fluffy bread. Beyond the food itself, the sausage sizzle was a social experience, bringing neighbours and families together. Kids queued excitedly for their turn, savouring every bite. This humble event captured the heart of Aussie culture, informal, communal, and delicious. A taste of nostalgia in every mouthful. No 1970s dinner party in Australia was complete without a prawn cocktail starter. Served in a tall glass, it featured delicate pink prawns nestled on a bed of crisp lettuce topped with tangy Marie Rose sauce, a creamy mix of mayonnaise and ketchup. Elegant yet approachable, this dish brought a touch of sophistication to home kitchens and social gatherings alike. Families would prepare it for guests, channeling restaurant glamour in their own dining rooms. The contrast of juicy prawns, crisp greens, and smooth, flavourful sauce made every bite a delight. It was more than an appetizer. It was a statement of style and culinary curiosity in Australia's 1970s dining culture. In the 1970s, the Jaffle was the ultimate comfort snack for Aussie kids and adults alike. Essentially a toasted sandwich pressed in a Jaffle iron, it could be filled with everything from cheese and ham to spaghetti or baked beans. The crisp, golden brown exterior sealed in a hot, melty, savoury filling that delighted taste buds with every bite. Easy to make and portable, Jaffles were a staple of lunchboxes, weekend picnics, and casual dinners. They combined convenience and flavour in one simple package. The versatility of fillings made them endlessly creative and beloved. For many, the smell of a Jaffle cooking instantly evokes memories of childhood kitchens and cosy afternoons in 1970s Australia. Anzac biscuits were a cherished sweet treat in 1970s Australia, deeply tied to history and tradition. Made with rolled oats, golden syrup, coconut and butter, they were baked to a crisp, golden perfection. These biscuits were originally sent to soldiers during wartime, but by the 70s, they became a staple of school canteens, bake sales, and family kitchens. Each crunchy bite offered a comforting combination of sweetness and chewiness, while their simple ingredients made them accessible and reliable. Anzac biscuits symbolised more than just flavour. They represented heritage, care, and home baking rituals. Today, their nostalgic taste instantly transports Australians back to childhood afternoons, family kitchens, and school fundraising events of the 1970s. Few foods capture the essence of casual Australian dining like fish and chips. In the 1970s, golden, crispy battered fish paired with hot salted fries was a national favourite, enjoyed at seaside takeaways, parks, and backyard picnics. Served wrapped in paper, the combination of crunchy batter, tender fish, and piping hot chips created a satisfying, hands-on experience. Often accompanied by tartare sauce, lemon wedges, or a sprinkle of vinegar, it was a simple yet indulgent meal. Families, couples, and kids alike embraced the convenience and flavour. Fish and chips were more than fast food. They were part of the social fabric, a shared treat for casual gatherings and sunny weekends, evoking the very spirit of 1970s Australia. No Aussie celebration was complete without Pavlova, the iconic dessert adored in the 1970s. A crisp meringue shell with a soft, marshmallow-like centre was topped generously with whipped cream and fresh fruit, often strawberries, passion fruit, or kiwi fruit. Its airy sweetness and colourful presentation made it the centrepiece of birthdays, Christmas tables, and special occasions. Light yet indulgent, each bite combined a delicate crunch with creamy, fruity freshness. Families and friends gathered around Pavlova's, savouring its beauty and taste while creating lasting memories. It wasn't just dessert, it was a symbol of festivity, pride, and the joy of simple elegance in Australian kitchens. Pavlova perfectly captured the celebratory spirit of 1970s Australia. And there you have it, 15 iconic Aussie foods from the 1970s that shaped our childhoods, family gatherings, and weekend treats. From sweet fairy bread and pavlova to savoury meat pies and Chiko rolls, each bite is a delicious reminder of simpler times, laughter-filled kitchens, and unforgettable moments. Did your favourite Aussie classic make the list? Share your memories in the comments below. hit that subscribe button and join us for more tasty trips down memory lane. Until next time, keep savouring the flavours of nostalgia.